And we begin with breaking news at 5. A grand jury has voted to indict former President Donald Trump.
We don't know the exact charge or charges just yet, but it involves hush money payments he's accused of making during the 2016 presidential campaign to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
So this is a live look from outside Trump Tower in Manhattan and from outside New York District Attorney's office, also in New York City, where security has been building for days, just in case the demonstrations that Trump has called for get out of hand. Also, we have a live camera outside Mar-a-Lago in Florida right now. That is live, and that is where the former president is said to be right now as he is getting this news.
This is a historic event. Never before has a former or sitting president been indicted.
Former Denver chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski live in the newsroom to break down everything we know at this hour. Tony?
So much to unpack right now. News coming in within about the last hour and getting lots of responses, including from President Trump, who called it a political persecution. Statements included that this is a political persecution from him and the election interference at the highest level in history. From the time I came down the golden escalator at Trump Tower, this is President Trump's statement now, and even before I was sworn in as your president of this country, I have been engaged in a witch hunt to destroy the Make America Great Again movement. So obviously, strong words from the president, a lot to unpack here. The indictment came down from the Manhattan grand jury earlier this afternoon. On a phone call with an ABC correspondent, Trump called it an attack on our country. When he was asked by that correspondent if he was planning to turn himself in, at that point he hung up the phone. The criminal indictment remains under seal, so details of it not coming out. Expecting the official word in coming days from the Manhattan DA on exactly what happened. And obviously, this is connected to that hush money that came out with Stormy Daniels in the case, $130,000 payment made during the campaign of President Trump, and the details of what exactly happened. But here's the backstory and the important story. Many said of all the investigations continuing into former President Trump, this was the toughest to prove. It was the most risky. Remember, we thought this announcement would come out sometime last week. It's taken an additional week to come forward. Many political insiders saying if they go forward with this, they better make sure it's right, because the other side is, could this have some major impact on the president's 2024 run for president, the former president's run for president? And that's what everybody's watching, the unpacking of obviously the criminal side here, but also what this means for that 2024 campaign. And does it energize his campaign? Does it impact it in a way that prevents him and forces him to step down? Those are all the questions as we wait to see what will be the next move by the former president. When will he turn himself in? How that plays out? And also the official announcement of what happened and what they're officially charging him with. We're going to be watching for all those in the coming days.
And Tony, you are talking about Trump possibly turning himself in. You mentioned he hung up the phone when asked about that. Is there a possibility the former president could be arrested, and how and when could that play out?
Well, as we know, when following the former president, anything is possible. It is going to be some serious drama as we see this play out. And a lot of people watching. We have statements I want to share with you right here from a variety of different sources, and I think they are also telling. If we can put those up, let's start up with this is former President Trump, and this is from his lawyers. President Trump has been indicted. He did not commit any crime. We will vigorously fight this political persecution in court. Next statement coming in that we want to share with you, because these are all very telling. This is from Clark Brewster, statement from Stormy Daniels' lawyer. The indictment of Donald Trump is no cause for joy. The hard work and conscientiousness of the grand jurors must be respected. Now let truth and justice prevail. No one is above the law. That was from Clark Brewster. Another statement to share with you now. And this is coming to us from Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, a critical player in this as it moves forward. He says, I do not take solace in validating the adage that no one is above the law, not even the former president. He went on to say in his statement, we have the second part here. Today's indictment is not the end of this chapter, but rather just the beginning. Accountability matters, and I stand by my testimony and the evidence I have provided to the district attorney's office. Important to stress here, our system, our law, our foundation is everybody is innocent until proven guilty. This is just the first step, and you heard from Trump's legal team. They plan to vigorously defend this. The president calling this essentially a witch hunt that started from the day he went down the escalator at Trump Towers and now is culminating with this grand jury, this historic grand jury indictment. Remember, we've had presidents that were impeached. President Trump impeached twice, but never criminal charges, never facing something like this. And we know that there are other investigations ongoing and insiders saying that those may also lead to criminal charges. So the process now begins. Much to unpack as we move forward.
Tony, thank you very much. And not just a former president facing charges, but a current presidential candidate facing charges. So thanks very much for that, Tony, and we'll see you throughout the evening.
And we'll be following this story throughout the evening. You can find updates on air and on Denver7.com. ABC will also have more coverage coming up at 5:30 on World News Tonight with David Murr.